Lesson 5, Part 3. So express x squared minus 5x plus 21 over this expression into this format. A over x plus 1, b over x minus 2, plus c over x minus 2 squared. So we need to find the numbers a, b, and c. Hence, find the integral of this. So for us to be able to find the ABC, we need to follow this rule. We need to express the left hand side to the right hand side. So let's try to do that. Let me just copy the left hand side. So this one here, you can get the LCM, which is x plus 1 and x minus 2 squared. And then this one will be a times x minus 2 squared. Now, if you don't understand this, let's try to review our concept in primary school, or when you were in primary school. Suppose we're adding 1/2 plus 1/3 plus 2/9. So what do we do when you were in primary is that we look actually the smallest number that can be divided by all of these numbers. And here, that's actually 18. Or in short, what we do is only 2 times 9. Alright, this 3 is already here. Okay, so as you can see, 18 is the only number that can be divided equally by 2, equally by 3, and equally by 9. And then what we did when we were in primary is that 18 divided by 2 is 9, times 1 is 9, or 1 times 9. So basically this number, so times the other factors. So plus 1, 18 times 1 there, divided by 3 is 6, times 1 is 6. Okay, so times 6 plus, you have there 18 divided by 9 is 2, so that is now 2 times 2. So this is what we did in primary, so we will exactly do the same thing. So x plus 1 times x minus 2 squared divided by x plus 1 is actually x minus 2 squared, then times a, so you have that one, plus you have now b. So again, this expression divided by x minus 2 is equal to x plus 1 times x minus 2. Oops, I have no space. Plus c. Wait, if you still don't understand how did I do that, you can actually do that one by one, wherein you have there x plus 1 times x minus 2 squared. Then you divide that by this, the bottom part of the second term, x minus 2. So from here you can see that this can be cancelled. So this is the only answer. So this one is actually the top portion there. Alright, I hope it's clear now. Plus c times this expression divided by x minus 2 squared is x plus 1. So this is going to be times x plus 1. Okay, so meaning, what does it mean? So as you can see, the bottom here are always equal. The top portion must always be equal. So let me just write it down. So this left is always equal to the right. Okay, the left is always equal to the right. What does it mean? The x squared minus 5x plus 21 is always equal to this, no matter what. Okay, plus b times x plus 1 times x minus 2 plus c times x plus 1. And what we want to find is the A, B, and C. So because these expressions, the left-hand side and the right-hand side are always equal, meaning for any values of x, any values of x, any values of x will satisfy this equation. Okay? Any values of x will satisfy that equation. So we will actually look for, or we will actually use some values of x for us to be able to find the ABC. But the question there is that what are the values of x that we're going to use? So, okay, so what will be the x? That is a very important analysis. What will be the values of x that you will use? Values of x that you will use. Okay, so the answer there is that the x value that you're going to use should be something that will give you an opportunity, or will give you an opportunity to cancel the other letters, okay, because we're looking for ABC, but it's so difficult to find that ABC if you will not use this strategy. So again, the strategy is that what will be the values of x that you will use? Any values of x that will give you an opportunity to cancel the other letters, ABC. So, looking into this, what will be the best values of x? This one is x minus 2. So if I will let my x to be 2, this expression will be 0. So 0 times a will be 0. This is going to be 0, so all of this will be 0. So I have only one variable c. So therefore, I can find my c. So let's try to do that. Again, I will use let x be equal to 2. Why am I using x equals 2? Because it gives me an opportunity to cancel these other variables. So meaning, if my x equals 2, the left-hand side will be 2 squared. Let me just do that one. 2 squared minus 5 times 2 plus 21. And that should be equal to a times, this is 0. Alright, plus b times, when you plug in 2 there, so that's going to be 3 times 0 again, because 2 minus 2 is 0, plus c times 2 plus 1 is 3. So therefore, this is 0, 0, 3c, so 3c. So you have there 2 squared is 4, minus 10 plus 21, which gives you 15. 15 equals 3c, so therefore c equals 5. So that is now the value of your c. Now, so let's try to use another number that will give us an opportunity to cancel the other numbers. So in this case, if you're going to look at this one, you can let x be equals to negative 1. So this expression will be 0, and that expression, sorry, it's not. You can let this x be negative 1. So this expression will be 0, and that expression there will be 0. Okay? Oh, I am actually referring to this. I'm sorry. Alright? So this one here, you let x to be negative 1. So let's try to write it down. Let x be equals to negative 1. So this expression there will be negative 1 squared minus 5 times negative 1 plus 21 is equal to a times -1 minus 2 is -3 squared plus this one is 0, so let's just write there 0 plus if x is -1 here is also 0, so 0c. So as you can see, now we are only left with one variable a, which is now 9a there. So this is going to be 1 plus 5 plus 21, which gives you 27, which gives you 9a. So therefore a is equal to 3. So that is now your a, 3. Now, so from here we can see that we have used 2, so we canceled a and b, we got c. We used x equals -1, we canceled the a and the b and c, and we got a. So we cannot use other numbers here that will cancel the others, the other variables, because now we're just looking for b. But remember this one. Any values of x will satisfy this equation. If I will use any x, it will always satisfy this equation. So therefore, I can actually use the best number now to be used is to let x to be 0. Because if I will let x to be 0, then this computation here will not be that complicated. So this one here will not be that complicated as well. So if x is 0, that is 0, that is 0, that is 21. So 21 here, 21 is equal to, if that is 0, so this is -2 squared times a is 4a. If that is 0, so that is now 1b. If that is 0 times -2, 1b times -2 is -2b. If that is 0, then this is going to be plus c. However, we already know the values of our c and a. So therefore, 21 is equal to 4 times 3 minus 2 times b, we don't know the b, plus 5. So that is 21 equals 12 minus 2b plus 5. 21 equals, this is 17 minus 2b. Alright, so therefore, what does it mean? 21 minus 7, so we have the 21 minus 17 equals -2b. So this is what? 4 equals -2b. So this gives us b as -2. So that is now our final answer. So therefore, I think I need to use another sheet of paper. Alright, but before I move to the next part of this question, to the final answer, so again, first, you just need to cross multiply all of this. And then you need to remember this property, alright, that any values of x will satisfy this equation because the left-hand side is always equal to the right-hand side. Then the strategy, okay, is that what will be the values of x that you will use? Any values of x that will give you an opportunity to cancel the other letters. Okay, so let me just complete this one. But before I complete it, let me just write the values of a again. So according to our problem, a equals 3, b equals -2, and c equals 5. So therefore, this question now, x squared minus 5x plus 21, x plus 1, x minus 2 squared is now equal to, your a is 3, 3x plus 1 minus 2, x minus 2 plus 5x minus 2 squared. Alright, Hence, find the integral of this. So all we just need to do is to take the integral of this part, take the integral of that part with x, take the integral of that part with x, take the integral of that part with x. Okay? Actually, the integration here is very easy. The only confusing is the simplification using algebra. So now, what's the integral of 3 over x plus 1? So, based from lesson number 4, that is actually 3 times the natural logarithm of x plus 1. So this one is minus 2 times the natural logarithm of x minus 2. And then this one is, this is second power, so therefore it could be written as 5 times x minus 2 raised to negative 2. So the integral of that is plus 5 times x minus 2 raised to negative 1 over negative 1. And then just simply add your arbitrary constants e. So therefore our final answer now is 3 ln x plus 1 minus 2 ln x minus 2 minus 5 x minus 2 to the negative 1 plus c. That is now the final answer. So again, this video is a little bit long because the algebra portion is a bit long as well. Okay, but again, this is the key for you to be able to answer any question similar to this. How will you? What are the values of x that you will use to satisfy the equation? And the best thinking process is that the number or the values of x that you will use must give you an opportunity to cancel the other variables. Okay, so thank you very much. You may now proceed to practice exercises.